Come on. Hi, everybody. Kimberly Thompson here. I'm a student in Ms. Dr. Christina Nelson's COM 107 class. This is my persuasive speech. Welcome. Glad to be here. What we're going to talk about today is the benefits of higher education. My general purpose is to persuade myself and other students to stay in school. My specific purpose is to persuade myself and other students of the payoff now in order to graduate with a BS, Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice is what I'm going for. My introduction is encouragement to keep the course, the facts about the benefits of higher education. My attention getter is you all are on the right path, including me. Keep up your great stuff. I say that to my son all the time. My qualifications to take this position are I am a hardworking student with occasional self-doubt. My audience motivation is sharing my own personal experiences and some statistics to foster hope that we are on the right path, me and my fellow learners. My thesis is will encourage and motivate students to persist in the acquisition of their degree by informing them and others of the statistical proven benefits, both as earners and as citizens, of earning a bachelor's degree or even higher education. The first source that I have to share with you all is Education Pays 2013. It is at https://default/files/2013-full-report-02714.pdf. The first heading on the website was the benefits of higher education. I'm quoting. This examines the increases and the persistent disparities across demographic groups in college participation and completion. The first fact that I have to encourage myself and others to stay in school is obtaining a bachelor's degree equals to 25% more income than high school graduate, making an average of $56,500 per year. This breaks down to $45,100 after tax earnings, paying $11,400 in taxes. Sounds pretty good. Getting my notes together, everybody. Thank you. Now, persuasion is the act of causing people to do or believe something. Our source is Education Pays 2013 for the following. The benefits of higher education for individuals and society doesn't just benefit us. As college students and earners, it benefits society also. This examines the increases and the persistent disparities across demographic groups in participation and completion of college. How college shapes lives is the second heading. Understanding the issues, and I quote, builds on the information presented in Education Pays 2013 by discussing some of the ways in which the payoff of post-secondary education can be measured. The fact that goes along with this topic is 77% of college graduates had earnings in 2011. And that's significant because we have a very high unemployment rate in this country, statewide. So to be employed is wonderful. 77% of college grads were employed in 2011, excuse me, and worked full-time, 58% year-round. And as I said before, what that equals out to is, with a bachelor's degree, one makes 25% more than a high school graduate alone, with $11,400 being paid in taxes, $45,100 take-home pay. With most bachelor degree graduates from college earning $56,500 total per year. In high school graduates, only 59% had earnings in 2011, as compared to 77%, as I previously said, of college graduates. Only 41% versus 58% of college graduates worked full-time year-round. Education, earnings, and tax payments. The gap between the earnings of high school graduates and the earnings of those who graduate with a bachelor's degree is 60% for full-time workers, 73% higher for all earners. There is a dissenting point of view. While the average high school graduate may not increase his or her earnings to the level of the average college graduate simply by earning a Bachelor of Science, careful research on the subject suggests that the figures cited here do not measurably overstate the financial return to higher education. In 2011, the last year which statistics were available with this study that I wrote, and quoting, median earnings of a Bachelor of Science recipient with no advanced degree working full-time were $21,100 higher than those with a high school graduation certificate. Those are some startling facts. And part of the reason why I wanted to tackle this topic and be encouraging to myself and other students is because my son just turned 21 on April 13th, while I turned 50 on April 9th. He is a junior in college, and he has shown most amazing persistence, resilience, toughness, rising to the level required of him in his studies as an engineer student at Clemson University in Greenville, South Carolina, which is almost the North Carolina, Tennessee. Um, Things finally worked completely together for me to be able to have the stamina and have the interest and work hard at having an education and aiming for a Bachelor of Science degree. My son has been a great inspiration. He'll be a senior next school year. Well, with me, one morning I was sitting here on the internet looking at Yahoo News because I read it just about every day. There was an article about careers for individuals who like to work alone. And so I looked at those careers, and accounting was among one of the careers that they suggested were good for people who like to work alone or self-paced. So I looked up some universities online that had accounting degrees, and Post University is the first one that got back to me. Debbie Mayhem, who was my admissions counselor representative, got right back to me. Everything was short, succinct, sweet. I got all the information to her. She lined up my financial aid with Sadie Paris. They just bent over backwards for me, and I was all set to start school. This was in August of 2013. Well, I also have a certificate in veterinary assistant studies, and a company that represented the Hill Science Diet dog and cat food called me. So I called Debbie and said I don't need to go to school because I got a job in one of my fields, and I went to work for promoting and selling Hill Science Diet cat and dog food. Well, that job was only going to be part time, and my feet hurt just as bad as if I'd been waitressing, my back too. And truthfully, I hope I don't get in legal trouble for saying this, but I started not to believe in Hill Science Diet as the top food for dogs and cats after being working in Petco's and Pet Smarts and being around dog and cat food. The owners, they bring their animals in, and it was just a wonderful job. But I decided that maybe it was true that I wasn't going to get a good, high-paying job. I'd always be having sore feet and a sore back, and I had that working in a restaurant. So I called Debbie Nahum back, and she still had all my information and got me started again. And I started Post University online with the intent of getting a Bachelor's of Science degree in accounting on January 6th of 2014. After my first mod with business studies, I realized that I did not have a business acumen. It was like they were talking in another language when I read the textbook, so I switched back to my original love, which I have some previous training in. I'm a crime scene technician, crime scene evidence technician, or crime scene investigator. That's my dog barking. And so, the lesson I believed I learned at the time, and I shared with Debbie Nahum, was that there is no getting a good job without a college degree. Well, just recently, one more time, I talked to somebody who was a job recruiter for the SLED, South Carolina Law Enforcement Division Crime Lab here in South Carolina. in the FBI crime lab in South Carolina, or Quantico, Virginia. And once again, I was told the people that work at crime labs have degrees. So this is my synopsis of wanting to encourage and wanting just to hang on to the fact that higher education is worth it, is worth the effort. It's not fooling around. It's not a popularity contest. Hey, thank you.